We've completed our position changes, and now it is time to check out the progression from the training results of our roster of Florida Atlantic University. See where everybody stands. See how far up certain players went to. So looks like Nadoma didn't budge. He's still at 87. George Fine went from, I think he was an 81 up to an 84. Okuda went up to a 83. Then we have Biggs is a 78. He stayed the same. Bolin is a 76. I believe both of those stayed the same. Bolin might have went up. I'm not sure. I can't really remember exactly what his rating was. But Nadoma didn't move. He stayed in 87, which is awkward, but it is what it is. I'm kind of trying to push him out the front door. But George Odom, 83. Avery Knight, 82. Incombe is a 72. Dexter Word is a 74. Willingham is a 92. Cush is a 88. Gammon is an 87. Paris Meeks seems to still not move. Here we are. We're going into his senior year. He's balled out, gotten over 2,000 yards receiving and a ton of touchdowns. I want to say over 30 touchdowns in his sophomore year. Won the Heisman. Had a great year his junior year. And here we are. He's still stuck in the 80s. He should be at the least a 90, but go off, I guess. College football. It is what it is. And this is why I say it's important for them to add the ability to be able to do weekly training, have focus players, just like you have on Madden, because this is absurd. There's no reason for that. I can understand not having certain abilities and having things dialed back, but when somebody's going crazy, when they're going nuts, and their statistics are they're putting in work and winning awards, there's no justification for them not developing to where they should be. He should at least be a 90. But so we got Desmond Jackson's at 85. Oalili is 84. We got Ezeki is a 79. Mumba is a 75. So our line, thanks to the development, is starting to look a little promising after losing the 80 overall players that we lost in the transfer portal. So right guard, 88, with an 81 backing him up. So yeah, we're looking pretty solid and set going into this fifth season, this fifth year of this dynasty. Well, I was about to say franchise. This dynasty. That's what happens when you do a dynasty and franchise at the same time. So Marcelin didn't budge. He's still a 93. Hardy went up. He went from an 89 to a 93. Huge jump. I can't wait to see the work these two guys put in this season. Then we got LeBeau right behind him at an 88. Rodney Abreu is at 89 with his backup being a 78. And we can't forget about the freshman Rico Turk. Scales, 82. Sisk is an 80. So they went up slightly. Tolson went up a little bit. Nickerson is an 86. Charquez Lee is an 85. So Nickerson is overtaking Charquez Lee for the sole starting position at middle linebacker. Then we got Topeka is an 86. I think he went up. Pierce passed up Gogans. So Pierce passed up Gogans. He's an 89. So he is the starter cornerback on his team. Then we got Gogans. And then Lawrence Johnson has fell all the way down to third on the depth chart. Wow. So Stump went up to a 78. He's a decent backup to Armstrong as an 85. Then we got Waiters went up to a 78. No, Waiters stayed the same. And then our kicker is 79 and our punter is 74. So we got a lot of growth. We got a lot of growth this season from our roster. I like what we've seen. There's nothing else to do here. We checked out the training results. So it's time to fast forward on to the next phase of the dynasty, or the offseason, preseason, whatever you want to call this phase right here. It's time to see what we got lined up. I believe this is conference realignment week, and also encourage transfers. So basically cuts. And luckily, even with all the targets that I brought in, we really only have two players that we need to force to or encourage to transfer to go to a different school. Let's see. So Benji Bolin. I don't really want to move a quarterback. I like where I'm positioned with quarterbacks right now. Fullback and receiver, I'm definitely not moving that. I think I could encourage a tight end. We don't need all of these guys. Let's see. Peterson is a redshirt freshman. His speed is a 73. He's the slowest of everybody. So if I do encourage somebody, it probably would be Peterson, but he is a 76 overall. So, At the same time, do I really have to? I don't really have to go with speed because not all of those tight ends are going to be utilized. One more player. Let's see. Definitely not moving him. He's an 81 overall. Could do Cam Bale. We do got two freshmen coming in behind him, so he could likely be the one. We'll come back to that if I don't find anybody else that I feel like we need to encourage to transfer. Let's see. Why is this so hard? I'm not seeing anybody. I could make that kicker leave. I do have a backup kicker. I could make him dip, and we can just revisit that pool in the off season. Yeah, no. I just changed his position, and he just developed. I don't need to move Stump. Yeah, I think we're gonna go back and send off Bale. Bale can get out of here. Yeah, we're good enough at this position. We don't need any more. We got two freshmen coming in, and not to mention whatever we're gonna do in the offseason. So that's good enough right there. Let's go ahead and check out these conference. See, am I gonna change conference? Am I gonna add anybody to another conference? I said I might change. I might go another year. I could go 2 years. Again, like I said, the only time I really wanted to change, well, let me rephrase that. The only time I really wanted to take another position with another team would be if Boston College offered us the head coaching position. But we haven't seen anything from Boston College yet. The only way is if I go back to Blackman's alma mater, and we haven't received any offers from Boston College just yet on any of that. So I think it's time to roll. We're not touching anything with the conferences. We good right now. We already done all that conference realignment crap in prior seasons. So we going to leave it right there because the next episode is going to be the longest episode. That's where we set our schedule. That's where we add players to our recruiting board and all of that for the following season. So before we get into that, because once you start, you can't stop. I'm going to go ahead and cut this right here. Again, if you're here for the first time or you're returning and you haven't liked or subscribed already, please do so. Click that notification tab so you can stay up to speed with not only this Florida Atlantic Dynasty rebuild, but other College Football 25 content as well. Again, I appreciate you all for tuning in. That's been my time. Till next time. Peace.